What's up, friends? Eric Kernbaker coming at you from Real Estate and Shit, episode number 21 through 25. We don't really know exactly what number we're on, but you can see it right there. It'll be posted for you. Welcome. I'll get right into it. We got two great guests today. I have Sadie and Sean. What's up, Sadie? How are you today?
I'm great, especially now that we're talking about beer.
Yeah, you missed it. We were talking about beer prior to us hitting live for you guys. If you guys want to know, type in the comments you want to know. We'll tell you what we know about beer. Not a lot, but we know a little bit. What's up, Sean? You're drinking a beer right now. How are you?
I'm drinking a Modelo. I'm doing good.
We didn't even talk about Modelo.
I know.
Yeah.
It's one of my go-tos right
Same.
now, for sure.
We didn't even talk about our go-tos. We talk about all the things we don't want to drink.
But when
anyways,
you said light and crisp.
You know what's funny? I have a Sapporo. See? What are you drinking? A Coke?
I have a Coke Zero.
Don't worry. She likes IPAs anyways.
There's also bourbon in it. No, I'm kidding. There's no bourbon in it. I have to go to the gym after this.
Well, no. We won't know. We can't see in it.
I'll never know.
Thanks for tuning in today. Got a lot coming at you guys. Real estate and shit. We've got a lot of... Have you guys seen the rates recently? Holy shit. The news articles that we got to... The shit that we have coming your way has already got my brain just jumbled right now. But yeah, let me talk to you guys. I mean, we're in an environment where there's a lack of inventory and a rise of interest rates. Holy smokes. How are you guys doing right now in the market? What's going on? How are you guys feeling?
I feel like you can spin it however works for you.
Oh yeah, we're spending it today, Sean.
Yeah.
Let's go. My boy Sean, give it to me.
The good thing is for buyers, you're about to see a pool just drop out.
What, you're going to see what drop out?
A buyer pool drop out.
Drop out. Tell me, why is this pool dropping out?
Because people do not like interest rates.
Okay.
When they get to a certain number, or we hit that number, which
Okay.
people don't like.
Yeah.
So competition's going to be much smaller.
Okay.
I think we're going to see seller concessions again.
Okay.
Which is good for the buyers that are staying in this.
Okay.
The 2-1 buy downs are going to be prevalent again.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's positive. I think it's positive because hopefully prices will soften a little bit. That's the whole point of this.
But honestly, if we talk about demand, it's supply and demand.
There's still
Supply is still so low. Like,
right.
scary.
The
I
whole
want to
point
know.
is to make demand
Sadie,
less.
how are prices going to drop? Tell me. I'm interested.
I don't know how prices... The only way they would drop is if literally nobody... I mean, at least if we just looked at Claremont, if 75% of the buyer pool dropped off, then maybe we wouldn't have a bunch of offers at or over asking.
Yeah.
Multiple offers, but like you can ask... I mean, Stacy and Carrie in LA, she was up against like 64 offers.
63 to be exact.
63.
$1 million home.
Crazy. And here too, like, I mean, we're seeing it on our listing side,
Yeah.
multiple offers. And I mean, it would take something serious, knock on wood,
Yeah.
to happen.
I
for
agree.
prices to soften.
There's some serious things happening.
There are some serious things happening. Rates rising, decrease of inventory. I'm going to tell you right now, I've been saying this for a year since we started this podcast. It's the best time to buy. I mean, it is the best time to buy real estate right now. And also, if you're in the market to sell, it ain't going to get any better for you in the future. This is the best time to sell. And I will tell you right now why I know it's the best time to buy and sell. Right now, best time to buy. Why? Rates are 7%. Let me ask you a question. Would you rather have a 7% rate, or would you rather go up against 20 offers on a property and have to write over the asking and lose out on that home and have to find the second place home and the third place home, but not the one you really wanted? 7% all day long. Actually, you know what? Let me get into this really quickly. Just to give you guys a little piece of context. All right. So let's say rates, obviously they went up to 7%. Okay. And they were at 6%, let's say last month. Okay. And I wanted to write an offer on a 6% rate last month. And there were multiple offers, and I probably had to write $40,000 over. I lost on the property, had to go to number 2 or 3. Okay, that's one scenario. Let's say you want to purchase at 7%. Let's look at the difference. So let's say at a $100,000 property, and you're at a 6% rate. Okay, your monthly mortgage payment is going to be $4,796. Okay, 6%. Okay. Why would I choose 7 over 6? Very simple. A 7% interest rate, a 1% rise in your monthly payment, $5,322. What's 5,000? Well, let's all do this together. Let's like a bunch of idiots. 5,322 minus 4,796.
$526
a month.
Ouch.
Ouch. I'd rather pay an extra $500 a month all day, every day, including Sunday, than have to go up against 25 offers, 30 offers, writing $40,000 above asking, having to put myself in a scenario that's uncomfortable, rather than going in a property at 7% rate, being in the driver's seat and being able to dictate, ask for concessions and doing all these different things.
That's true.
And then on the flip side, why is it a great time to be a seller? Are you kidding me right now? We're in a lack of inventory, people. Lack of inventory. You know what that means for you, Mr. Seller? Or Mr. or Mrs. Seller?
Thank you.
It's very, very simple. You're going to get the price you want. There are a massive amount of people out there trying to buy a home, and there are very few sellers on the market right now. So this is the best time of all times to get your home sold. I understand the rates are high and you're probably locked in at 3.5%, but you're probably going to get a lot more money now than you're going to get in 6, 9, 12 months from now. And if you're going to try to sell in 2 years from now, we won't even have that conversation today. So in general, today is the best time to buy or sell a home. Are we done with the podcast?
And we
I
say
think
it
we can
every
go
week.
home.
So, yeah.
Shit.
Bye, guys.
I think we can
Thanks for tuning in.
wrap.
Drop a comment.
I mean, God, like Sean opened
But
up
you're
with, you
saying
can
that-
spin it anyway.
No, but you said that was on $1 million listing, right?
63 offers.
Right. But
By the way, she did not get it.
the scenario you just did was 5,300 versus 4,800 or whatever it was. That same house would have probably been $950,000.
If it went,
yeah,
exactly.
it'd be different.
Correct.
And then you refinance later, and if you
What did he say? He said what? What was that magic word you said?
You refi later.
Oh my God, such a scary word. Ah.
But people don't realize, yeah, you might have this great rate, but when you go to sell your home, there's a big difference in equity.
Correct.
Whether they're going to sell a $100,000 home or a $950,000 home. That's
Correct.
commissions right there. That's closing costs that is built in that you now have, that's coming out of your pocket.
And, I'm going to put this in perspective because I know a lot of people haven't purchased homes. I will tell you from someone who has purchased homes, there's nothing better than going to look at how much money you owe left on your payment to know that you've paid off $200,000. And you're like, oh, shit, you don't even realize you paid that off. And then all of a sudden you're like, oh, shit. So, yes, to your point, Sean, it is the biggest and best piggy bank you can ever have to gain equity, and you don't even know it. And you eat an interest rate, but whatever. All that money, other than the interest rate, is going back into your piggy bank. It's
right.
Nuts. All right. Let's move forward. On the same topic, though. So with everything that we're talking about, high interest rates, low inventory, all the shenanigans that we're seeing with ChatGPT and this, that, and the other, I'm going to tell you guys. Agents are leaving the industry for the first time ever in our industry. Sean's over there clapping. Was that a silent
He's
clap?
like, less people to deal with.
I didn't want to look tacky about it, and I stopped halfway there.
In all reality, I think it is a positive. Let's be honest. NAR, if you're listening to us, or anyone that controls our real estate, if anyone that controls our real estate, whatever the hell you want to call it, our real estate economy or our real estate industry, make there be a minimum standard for real estate agents to conduct business. If they're not doing a certain amount of business a year, they lose their license. It's just that simple. But anyways, we're losing 10,000 agents a month since January, month over month. Isn't that kind of crazy?
Yep.
It's crazy, but it's like not surprising when you look at.
Tell me why it's not surprising. I'm so interested.
Okay. Well, I mean, it's a skill set market now. You talk about skill set market all the time, but it's the same thing as supply and demand for realtors.
Yeah.
There's less buyers for them. There's less people selling their homes because there's less inventory. Thus, they're going to pick the cream of the crop, not these people down here that are floating around. And those ones are like, well, shit, I need a job. And they go do whatever the hell they do, apply for whatever. But it's a skill set market.
Man,
That's
you
what it
hit
comes down
ding, 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 ding. And I think, what does she get for the prize?
More bourbon. No, I'm kidding.
Rob? Sadie, I couldn't agree with you more. I think it is a skill set industry. I think that's what's the deciding factor between agents leaving the market and other agents having the best year of their lives. It is one of those times in the market where it is hard. There's only 4.2 million homes projected to be sold this year. Last year was 5 million. That's a 25% decline since last year. So, man, it blows my mind. Actually, I'll give you some stats right now. There's actually 200,000 agents in California, and we're at a 2.3% decline month over month. Very interesting. with 200,000 agents in California, it doesn't really affect us that much. But I'm going to tell you, if you live in
a lot.
Minnesota, that you're shit. You guys don't want to move? You want to move to Minnesota?
How many are in Minnesota? Do you have a number?
Probably like 10.
It's like,
Yeah,
I'm telling you, we would own Minnesota. I'm just.
Yeah, but it's freezing. You know they have tunnels there, right? Like
What do you mean they have tunnels?
they have these tunnels. My grandpa is from Minnesota. That's why we're not Lakers fans, because the Lakers left Minnesota.
So it's like the
'Cause it's-
Minnesota tunnels?
What was the great? Like, I don't think they have a basketball team. They're like, we're going to LA. But no, there's these tunnels.
They do. It's the Timberwolves.
And they do. Well, that I don't know their names because they probably suck. Anyway, they have these tunnels that I was told about. I've never witnessed them in real life, but it's how they trap people walk because it's too cold outside to do anything. Like it's
Sadie,
that fucking cold in
I
Minnesota.
love you
I
so
would
much
never
that you
go
believe
there.
that.
a
I love
thing.
it is not a thing. There are
Have you
no
been to
tunnels in
Minnesota?
Minnesota. I know I've been to Minnesota. I've been to Minnesota many times.
there's
I've been to
tunnels.
Minneapolis, Minnesota. Oh my
I'm
god.
gonna text my dad.
we
Hold
need
on.
like
I'm
a
gonna
young
Google it.
Jamie, like in Joe Rogan.
Are
to
there
fact
what,
check this
what,
right now?
what is this, a
I'll
drug
fact check it.
conglomerate? What is this, like Mexico running drug tunnels? No, there are no tunnels in Minnesota. They have ice fishing.
Well,
You know,
maybe
they dig holes and they put stuff down there. Anyway, as she Googles that, we're going to move forward.
I don't think people realize that it's kind of costly to have your real estate license too.
It's actually very costly to dig a tunnel too, Sean. Just so you know.
So I'm happy to hear those numbers.
Yeah, I'm happy to hear the numbers too. You know, it's good for the people that are doing business in real estate. It's good for people like us, our business element. You know, we have, not to like toot our own horn. I can't even talk today. Not to toot our own horn, but are you showing me a tunnel? Like you found one tunnel in Minnesota?
Here's what I'll say. Let's meet in the middle here because
Sean, what do you see?
I'm reading Skyway system.
It's a
She's talking
Skyway.
about tunnels.
About a train?
Aaron's-
It's,
There is a train.
it's an enclosed pedestrian footbridge that connects various buildings all across. It's 9.5 miles of bridges. Sorry, not tunnels.
So, yes, we're above
not
ground
under.
now.
Okay, we're above ground.
Sorry.
So it doesn't have anything to do with the weather.
It does.
I mean,
because
it does to
it's
keep
so
you inside.
cold.
Gotcha.
I was close. They're
were-
above ground
You were
tunnels.
you were so close, Sadie. I'm gonna give that to you.
But it is crazy. Like if it's that cold, they have to build a whole sky system. Anyway, we're not going to
We're going off
Minneapolis
the rails.
or Minnesota. Or
We are going
whatever.
off the rails, but I will give you a quick little joke. My mom has a funny joke about people from Minnesota.
I would love to hear it.
She says, you know, they say, what's the main thing they say? Something a boat.
You're talking about Canadians? Well, actually, they
No,
have the same-
Minnesota. No. Have you never seen what's it
Fargo?
called? Fargo? You've never seen Fargo? Put
No.
a wood on a wood chipper.
Yeah, they have an accent.
Yeah.
It sounds almost
talking
Canadian.
about. And the reason
Because
my
they're
mom,
up there,
the reason
yeah.
my mom says they like, what are you talking about? It's because she's like, it's so cold they can't open their mouths. So it's like, what are you talking about?
That is the most sharp thing I've ever heard.
It is the biggest shard thing ever. I
made
was
that joke up for
I was
sure.
to this day, it's one of the only things that I just die over. Because it's so cold and they can't talk. All right.
Okay.
So going forward.
Okay. Back to the agents that are gone.
Kind of back on our topic and trend of where the market's going, what we feel the market is doing, or what we know the market is doing. Fannie Mae had some projections. They have a subdued housing market for the rest of the 2023. They're, again, projected 4.2 million sales, the slowest pace since 2010. But they say they're bullish in 2024, forecasting a 4.5% increase. You know what? I'm going to give you guys a quick little story. They're comparing the sales in 2023 to 2010. You know the difference between 2010 and 2023?
Besides 13 years,
Yeah.
the fact that
And our age.
I'm not going to bring that up. I was in elementary school. No, I'm kidding. Anyway, no, I don't remember because I wasn't there. But
I'm going to blow your mind away. It's very simple. The difference between 2010 and 2023 when it comes to $4.2 million at the same pace. In 2010, there's not twice, there's probably 3 times the amount of inventory to be bought.
because everything.
Because we just got through a recession. Everyone lost their properties. Everything was foreclosing. It was a crazy exodus. So to buy a home was the easiest thing to do in 2010. You know another difference in 2010? There were half the amount of agents in 2010 than there were today.
That's insane.
So
So
balling probably.
if you put that
Good for
into
them.
perspective, 4.25 million homes projected with twice the amount of agents as there were in 2010 with half or 3 times less inventory. That's like a fucking gauntlet.
That was a riddle right there. was a lot to keep up with.
Did you
with
catch?
Let's
Hold
talk
on.
more
Let's
agents.
No, I got it.
Let's get on.
I got it.
Let's show him on a chart.
Yeah.
Colors and symbols.
I got it. It took me a second to
If
catch
you
up.
go into the Minneapolis tunnels, and then, no, that's crazy. Why were there so many less agents? Do you think it's because it was like now it's more popular to be an agent? Was
I'll
it
tell
because
you.
it sucked in 08 and everyone left, or?
Great question, Sadie. And this is why I said in our meeting on Tuesday why it's the best time to be in real estate. It's the best time to start in real estate. The reason why there are only half the amount of agents or 3 times less the amount of agents back in 2010 is very simple. We just had an exodus in the market in 2007 to 2008. We were in a recession. People were losing their homes. Agents were just falling off the side of the cliff. There were just a fraction amount of agents in the market. Not because they wanted to be. They couldn't afford to be real estate agents because there was no business to be had. And I remember back when I first got into real estate in like 2009, 10, I remember my mom, she was only doing 1 deal a month. And she told me, I'll never forget this because it was my motivation. It was the fuel that started my fire back then. She told me, and I'll never forget the face when she looked at me. It was like a very somber face. And she said, Eric, I know if I can do 1 deal a month, I can survive. And I thought to myself, my mom has never been the type of person to talk to me about survival. Like, she's always just been up there grinding. And to see my mom in a state where she was talking about survival, I just didn't feel comfortable or good to me. So that's when I just got down into business. I was like, let's change this. Let's do something different. I feel like you are like everybody else. We're all in the same boat. We're all on different horses doing the exact same race. Let's go to work now. And it ended up being what we turned it into be because nobody was working back then. Everybody was afraid. Everybody was scared. Everybody was, trying to figure out what was next while we were just working.
Right.
And that's where we are today. It's the exact same scenario, just the circumstances are much harder. There's less inventory. There's twice the amount of agents. So what we have to do now is work twice, 3 times as hard to really get half the amount of business just with the conditions that we're facing. The beautiful thing about real estate, you can't control it. We are always reactive to what real estate does to us. We can't change the industry. We can just adjust to what it's telling us to do. So right now, what we're doing to adjust is what we're all doing. What are you doing every single day, Sean? Are you making phone calls? Are you cold calling? Are you door knocking? Are you flyering? Are you doing open houses?
Yeah.
Right? You know how many agents are not doing that? A shit ton.
Yeah.
You know how many agents aren't cold calling or calling an hour of power every day? 99.999% of them. Mm-hmm. So there's a reason why there's business happening for the ones who are doing these things and no business happening for the ones who aren't. It's very simple. So back to the 2013, I want to get on that. This is Fannie Mae. So I want to talk to you guys a bit about this. And this is actually something I want to talk with Sean and Sadie about. It says, nope, that's not the one. That's not the one. That's not the one, but this is the one. So Sean, let me ask you a question. Mm-hmm. Article, Keeping Current Matters. Why buyers need an expert agent by their side. You being an agent working with a lot of buyers right now, negotiating up against a lot of other offers and agents out in the market trying to get their buyers, what are some of the things that you're doing that keeps you above the rest?
Keeps me above the rest. First of all, touching my clients. You got to be...
HR. HR.
He means he's contacting
Contacting
them
my clients.
via text, email, or phone call.
We're in the wrong society for that, Sean.
And a lot of it is just having market knowledge. I think people don't know how many homes are listed in their city and what's out there. Especially when it comes to having a personal touch.
You love
I can't say touch anymore.
I get it. No,
but like when you know what your clients are looking for, you can see a home that just pops up and it will remind you of somebody.
Correct.
And that's really important when it comes to, first of all, client relationships and just adding value.
So let's talk about the experience side. Being who you are, being part of Element on that experience side, does that help you when it comes to getting offers accepted or negotiating an offer with another agent to try to get that accepted?
For sure. I mean, working in this office, I think I've said it on our last podcast. When you have the Shars, the Susans, the Chris's, the Stacy's, first of all, they probably, if I don't know an agent because I haven't been around for as long, they probably will know that agent. Mm-hmm. real estate is relationships, and they're super important to have because if Stacy, puts in an offer, and that agent knows them, they know she can close. They know she'll do what she needs to do. Exactly. And so if I don't have that same relationship, it's really beneficial to be in the office with this caliber of people, and it's so beneficial for the clients because that's what it's all about, is getting the home that they want and how they want it, and it's beyond beneficial. So,
Are you telling me the agents in here are top of the food chain right now? Our agents on here are really just killing it?
Top producers for sure, yeah.
Top producers for sure. I agree. Sadie?
I second that. No, you're right. Real estate is all about relationships, and you have to have good credit. It's like having good credit, having a rapport in any business, especially in real estate.
Yeah.
If you don't know somebody who knows you or who knows someone that you know that can vouch for you and say they'll get the deal done, I'll make sure, things like that, especially when you're a younger realtor.
I completely
agree. Then it's really hard to get unless you have all cash buyers who are like,
yeah, let's sign me up.
Let's go.
Exactly.
Yeah, which are few and far between.
Correct.
So you need those connections.
You need those, especially with multiple offers. That's the realtor that's representing the listing agent. If I'm the buyer's agent, they're going, if there's 10 offers and 5 of them are very similar.
Okay.
Who are they going to advise to go with?
Yeah, the one that they know, trust, and like, and have had past business with. Of course.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Of course. It's funny. So back to this article. This is what they say. They say the process of buying a home can feel a bit intimidating. Obviously, we know that, even under normal circumstances. But today's market is still anything but normal. There continues to be a very limited number of homes for sale that we talked about, and that's creating a bidding war and driving home prices back up as buyers compete over available homes. Negotiating all this can be daunting if you're trying to do this alone. That's why having a skilled agent, which, by the way, having a skilled agent is so important. Going to listing agents is the stupidest idea ever. Don't get me wrong. If you have a listing, come to us. But going to the listing agent is the stupidest idea. Only reason why is because as a listing agent, you're fiduciarily and contractually obligated to service that seller first. Second is the buyer. And if you're okay as a buyer knowing that, you're good. But don't think you're going to get any concessions. You are at the mercy of the seller because that's where they have to put their emphasis on, and that's lawfully, not because they want to, it's because they have a contract signed. So that's why you want someone like Sean, Stacy, Sue, Chris, anyone negotiating for you, because I'm going to tell you, when you have someone really good negotiating for you, you can get what you want and you can feel like you got a deal, as opposed to if you use a rookie or you go to the listing agent, you probably aren't in the same boat. Anyways, continuing, it says navigating all this can be daunting if you're doing it alone. That's why having a skill, I just told you that. So here's the 5 points. Experience. Real estate professionals know the ins and outs of what's happening. Education. Knowledge is power when it comes to buying a home. Your advisor will simply have an effective will know the market conditions and translate what that means so you can feel confident in your decision. I think this should be number 1, negotiating. Negotiating should always be number 1 from you when it comes to buyer's agent, because that's what makes you proprietary. That's what makes you stand out. That's what delivers value to a buyer, because a true agent can negotiate whatever they want. And when you're using that as opposed to someone who's just got in the industry or is trying to please the listing agent, they'll bend over and have a weak spine, as opposed to, like, if I had Stacy representing me, I am very confident I'm going to get everything out of that deal that she could get, because she's going to squeeze that lemon. Right. Next is contracts, really understanding the contract. That should be number 2 for me. Most people don't really understand the contract, and so they're not really protecting their buyers. And last is pricing. It says make an offer, and negotiating with the seller can be one of the most difficult and stressful parts of the home buying process. A skilled agent will help you understand what similar homes are selling for, so you have a full picture of what you want to offer. And it says, of all these reasons combined, maybe why 86% of recent buyers use a buyer's agent, according to the data here. Pretty good there, Sean.
86%?
86% use a buyer's agent. That's pretty good. Wow.
People are getting smarter.
So, bottom line, it says it's critical to have an expert on your side who's skilled in navigating today's housing market. If you're planning a home this year, let's connect with Sean. It has Sean's number here. What's your number, Sean?
Sorry. I was like, oh my God, there needs to be Sean on there too. That's like, woo, ball moment. Sorry.
Kind of threw that in there for you, buddy. You know, my boy Sean.
909-800-0267. That's my address.
At Sean Conti. Wait, what is your Instagram?
Sean.Michael.Conti.
And
Now you're
these are
making it hard.
these are for real home buyers. You know, this is not candy, guys. All right, like don't be calling this guy for a hot date. You know, he's taken.
Please
Okay,
don't. It's my anniversary.
he's-
Don't call me today.
This is gonna be post later. You don't want to mess this date up, Sean.
I know.
Okay, so our emphasis, I think, is anyone who's watching this, really, they just need to understand that despite what you see on the headlines, despite what you are seeing in the news, I don't care what anyone's telling you. And if you don't believe me, DM me, write comments below, because I'm going to tell you, now's the best time to buy and now's the best time to sell. There is no better time to get this transaction done. Excuse my language, I was going to say shit. But in all reality, if you're looking out for your best interest and you're looking out for your finances and you are a savvy buyer or seller, I think I don't need to explain to you why it's the best time to buy and sell right now. Last thoughts, last comments. What do you guys have?
I'm stoked for buyers right now.
Okay, talk to me.
Like we've already said all this throughout the show, but think about it. 2-1s are going to be coming back with interest rates like this. So say tomorrow it goes to 7.1%. I think we're just around 7.1%.
Okay, talking about ARMs.
I'm talking about buy downs.
Okay.
So if you sign up or if you get your home tomorrow with way less competition, you actually get the home that you want.
Okay.
You can be for your first year at 5.1%, which you wouldn't have been because you wouldn't be talking about buy downs
Agreed.
unless you're paying for it. But the market changed from February to now,
Okay.
where these concessions are back. So
What's the time frame on that buy down?
2-1,
2-1?
2 years.
2 years.
So for the first year, you get 2% off the note that you signed up for, and the second year you get 1%, and then the third year you go back to the interest rate that you signed your note at. But we hope that interest rates drop in those 2 years, and if they don't, guess what? Then you're already where you would be in the first place. So if interest rates drop, if they come down to 6, 5, Lord willing 4 something, then you refinance, and it's all the same. You got your house that you wanted, and you got the house probably not having to pay way over.
This is good information. Sadie, let me ask you a question. Have you seen this on Sean's social media yet? I don't think I've seen that video yet.
I believe we made a video for it quite a while ago, but I never saw
Did
it.
You guys
you-
clearly don't go to my page.
I don't know.
Pull it up. I'm
I don't
pulling up
know.
the
Let's pull it
channels.
up.
You pull it up.
Was this
Fact
was
check.
this on this week's content? I don't remember seeing this.
You know,
Now's the
that
time
was
to push
probably
that
the
back
best
out.
I explained that.
Kid, you did so well.
That was great. We can cut that into a reel and just send it to
just-
you.
There you go. Let's do that.
I'm telling you, Sean,
That
you
was
should
great.
make a series on that, dude.
I'm telling you. This
You're
is
telling me what?
It's a good time for buyers.
Not that you're gonna make a series? Oh my
Well,
god.
you can make
I'm
it
not
serious.
going to
I give
make
up
false
on this.
promises.
False promises on what? What are your false promise?
Uh,
You just said it. You gave me both scenarios. If it
Yeah.
goes down, you refinance. If not, you're at the same place than you were. What are you
Exactly.
talking
No
about?
harm, no foul.
Yeah.
I like it.
I think you should make a series.
What should my series be called?
The buy down. Do you know what a buy down is?
A whole series?
Getting down with the buy down.
Five reasons why I think a buy down is good for my buyers.
I like it.
Or I'll do 6 reasons, and then the first one is 3, and the second one's another 3. Right there, you got 2 videos.
And you could talk about seller concessions because, like you were saying,
Seller
None of
concessions.
these things were. I remember when
You're just
everything
yeah,
went up.
yeah. There's
it
so
was
much.
like all these things. We could do all this stuff. All these buyers agents are going to do all these things, and then all of a sudden, people got used to the rates,
Yep.
and it wasn't so scary.
Yep.
Yeah, and
And then
they
all that
stopped.
faded away, and they're like, "Well, we're not doing a buy down. We're not going to pay for this, pay for that." But now it's exciting because we're going to end up back in that spot again
Correct.
for maybe a few months until people get used to it.
That's
or
right, Sean.
Things come down, so you better
All right.
start making that content.
Yep.
All right, we're going to end this thing. You guys, thanks for tuning in today's Real Estate and Shit episode number 20 through 25. Again, leave some comments below. Be sure to subscribe, and I'm looking forward to seeing you guys next week. Say bye to our guest.
Bye.
Cheers. Bye.